So the first three main titles of the Absolute Universe came out: Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. And my thoughts are,
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
yeah, I really love it. What they're doing so far is badass. My thoughts, plain simple, definitely lives up to the hype. I am all in, as everybody's saying. So we'll just talk about it, tell you my thoughts, what I think. So yeah, we'll just go into the Batman, Absolute Batman. So, like I said in the last video, he's a menace, absolutely big. Still, the cover lived up to what was inside the book. He's just a dominating force. He also, what's cool is he's just like really young, you know, and he's poor. That was kind of like the main draw, right? He's poor, not much when it comes to money, equipment, and all that, but he still finds a way. One of the funniest parts of it was Alfred parks his bike, and he just comes back and the bike's gone because Batman stole it. Since he's not rich, he can't have a bat cycle, and that's how he gets his bat cycle. Speaking of Alfred, that was pretty cool. He's like the CIA agent. I guess he's like 45, 50. Well, he's still active, so maybe he's a little bit younger, and all that's happening with that, and that was pretty cool. He tries shooting Batman at one point in the issue, and he takes a shotgun, and then later in the issue they pay that off where he refurbishes it into a non-lethal shotgun and shoots Alfred with it. There's a bunch of like tiny batarangs that like impales his face. And the setting, Gotham's pretty good. I kind of like the new 52 Gotham more. If you're comparing the two Scott Snyder Batman runs so far, I feel like it has more of a personality in the new 52 just because it's so dark. But art-wise, though, I'd say they're on par with each other. The art's like absolutely amazing. But we also haven't seen that much of Gotham yet. We just saw like a couple of snippets. And the action's absolutely insane. It's so fluid. It's almost animated, really, with how it's drawn. And yeah, I mean, overall, I just really like it. It has interesting social commentary, you know, with the whole poor thing. How the rich take from the poor and the poor stay poor, you know. And, also, Martha's still alive. That was a pretty big plot twist. So something's going to happen with that. I don't know. I can guarantee you she's going to be dead. Dead as hell.
That's why your mama dead. Dead as hell. What shoes she got?
By the end of this probably first arc. Like, there's no way. And I'm pretty sure the Jonkler is going to be the one who kills him, because he's in this. I know I was, my first Absolute Batman video, I was saying I hope Joker's not in this universe, because I think it'd be cool to like see what he's like without a Joker, but they couldn't even help themselves then. He's like immediately in the last page. But he's not Jokerized, and they already call him the Joker, and he's rich. So Batman's poor, Joker's rich, and he doesn't smile or laugh. That's why they call him the Joker. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot here to delve deeper into, especially when it comes to like Alfred and Batman's relationship. I don't really know like what they're going to do with that. If they're even going to be, they'll probably team up. Obviously, that's what they're setting up for. But I don't know if it's going to be like it is in the main canon. Because I can see them like teaming up every now and then, but not being like best friends, you know. But who knows? And then we go into Wonder Woman, and yes, please, like whatever they're doing with her, I need more of it.
This right here is my favorite thing ever in the history of forever. I think about this every day. I think about this all night long. I stay awake, not sleeping, because I'm thinking about this.
All right, and it's like, this is like when like you're just like, okay, so this whole universe is just badass. Like everybody's just gonna have like a cool ass backstory. So Wonder Woman is raised in hell because the Amazons are punished by Zeus, and she's not even allowed to know she's an Amazon. Like they curse her adopted mom from, like, she can't even say Amazon, like her mouth like disappears. And so she raises Diana, and you come to find out that Wonder Woman's adopted mom is her villain in the main canon, Cersei, which was a really cool plot twist. The art in this is also like insane. and she's like tatted up. She has like the berserk sword, which is pretty awesome, which makes me think, okay, so she's raised in hell, she's tatted up, she has a berserk sword. We might get an eclipse, which would be super like messed up, but I'm also down for it. So the question is, if we are getting like an eclipse type story, who's going to be Griffith? So I don't know, what if Griffith's Steve Trevor? That'd be pretty fucked, but it would also be really cool. But yeah, I mean, everything in that is also just so good. I mean, there's a lot to unpack there too. Not really much social commentary there. It's kind of just a cool like Greek story about a daughter who's raised in hell. Well, I guess there is some social commentary about how like the upper echelon tries to keep the lower people submissive by taking away like their origin, like where they come from. So I guess like there is some social commentary now, but I don't think it's as deep as like what Batman's trying to do with like the rich and poor, you know. But and then Superman is also really badass. There's a lot to unpack with Superman. I feel like Superman's probably the most to unpack with. Like there's a lot of Easter eggs and stuff. So first of all, Superman, when he got sent to Earth, or if he did get sent to Earth, they kind of like hint that this isn't the first planet he was on, but he was like 10 on Krypton. So he has a vivid memory of what Krypton was to him, and he knew his parents. Also, he wasn't raised by the Kent family. Or if he did, it wasn't that long, because they show a page and the Kent farm is just destroyed, and it has like spider webs and stuff all over it, so nobody's lived there for a while. And he has his super suit is alive. It's like a bio skeleton thing, like it talks to him, which is really cool, and they have like a relationship there. And this has social commentary about like the working class. He helps the working class from being abused by the Lazarus company, which is probably Lex Luthor's company in this thing, but it's also titled Lazarus. So maybe Ra's al Ghul is involved in the Superman story, which would be an interesting dynamic. I don't think they've ever talked or like really talked or interacted in like the main DC universe. And the art in this is also just like insane. I mean, the art in all three of these, if this keeps up, it'll be like bar none. And then Krypton has this Krypton. It's kind of like the same, sorta. It's a little bit more dystopian, because usually like Krypton's seen as a utopia, except for like the leaders. But in this one, it's kind of like a dystopian utopia. And so the religious leaders are science leaders. Like science is held as like religion, sort of. So if you're really if you're really smart, you become like a rich family. If you're poor, you stay, or if you're not smart, you're the working class, the poor people. And that's where the House of L is, Superman's family. And you come to find out that Superman's like mother and father are also like really smart, but they got kicked out of the academy for various reasons. And just like main canon, his dads want to find out that Krypton's being destroyed. And yeah, it goes in. The Lazarus soldiers are also like called peacemakers, and they're all like have like peacemaker designed armor, which is pretty interesting. And one of them is Lois, and she captures Superman. So it looks like she follows her father's footsteps and becomes a military member. And you also get a last page reveal of the Brainiac is in it, but it seems like he might be an Earthling or something like that. But it's kind of like a horror-esque picture with like a bunch of tiny bottles filled with like people in it and stuff, kind of like sci-fi horror. But yeah, like overall this is like really cool. I'm super excited. Like I just can't wait to see what's next. They're cooking on this, so I'm gonna just keep on letting them cook. And yeah, I mean, I'll be real, this might be the year for DC. Alright, because Marvel's been kind of like screwing up. I mean, Blood Hunt was cool, but it's kind of like whatever. And obviously, like, we don't need to talk about the MCU. But like DC, you have the James Gunn shit going on. Like the Absolute Universe and the main DC Universe is also like really cool right now.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
And then we're getting all these shows and stuff. So yeah, that's all I have for y'all. I'll catch y'all guys later.